common sense in your life? Have you ever had somebody say to you, you lack common sense? That is common sense. Don't you know that's common sense? This is something that I've heard so often. Nina, you don't have common sense. Or Nina, don't you know that that's common sense? Nina, that's common sense. Why aren't you doing that? So I could ask you the same question. If you know it's common sense, if you have common sense, why don't you behave differently, act differently, do something differently? Why don't you make common sense common practice? The fact is that most of us don't make common sense common practice. We don't. Think about it. Do you know that you should drive the speed limit, but you always drive 10 or 15 miles per hour over the speed limit? Do you know that eating ice cream isn't good for you, and yet you eat it 5 times a week? I can relate to that one because just tonight, I was on my way home from somewhere. It's kind of late. It was actually, 9, 10 o'clock. And I said, I'm hungry. And my husband and I went to this place called Cream. I got a brownie with coffee ice cream. Did I know that that was bad for me? Of course. It's common sense. Don't eat brownies and ice cream if you need to lose weight, which I do, or if you want to be in shape, which I do, or if you don't want to eat so much sugar, which I do. I know it's common sense. Ice cream is bad for you, at least in large quantities. Probably not great for you late at night. A lot of calories if you want to lose weight, right? It's common sense. I know better. And I bet you do too, but it's not common practice. I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. There's an ice cream place. Let's go get ice cream. We didn't have dessert tonight, right? So, maybe for you it's, people keep telling you, use a calendar. I'm always telling my clients this, use a calendar, block time on your calendar. Maybe you know this. It's common sense that if you want to have time to do the things you want to do, or if you want to be more organized and productive, you need to use your calendar and block time for things, right? Common sense. You hear it over and over again and you're not doing it. It's not common practice. Maybe exercise is your thing. You've read everything, heard everything about how exercise is good for you. It will help you live longer, reduce your blood pressure, reduce your cholesterol, all these good things, and help you live longer. And yet, despite your common sense, you don't do it. And sometimes common sense isn't just about the knowledge we have. It's what we really know to be good, to be better for us, or the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to apologize. It's common sense that if you do so, you harm someone in some way, you apologize. Common sense, but not common practice. We know these things and we don't do them, right? So, I really do feel that there's a difference between common knowledge. And I've talked about knowing this and, being told that, but think about it. We can have common knowledge. We could know something and it could be sensible, but it's that common practice that makes us, makes it different, makes it something that we're actually taking action on, right? So, is common knowledge the same thing as common sense? I think you could say common knowledge comes from the book learning and the watching the videos and the doctors telling you to do these things and, whatever it is, right? That's common knowledge, right? Common sense might, in some cases, be more of a real knowing, like to treat people kindly or to, to take care of ourselves, to slow down. Maybe we know that we're rushing around all the time and we really need a vacation. And that's an internal knowledge. It's just common sense to think that you cannot, get 3 hours of sleep every night unless you're Tony Robbins for very long before you're going to be sick, right? So it's kind of common sense. I mean, so common knowledge, common sense, I don't think it really makes a difference. Except that one really, if you wanted to distinguish between the two, one is sort of more of this internal knowing as opposed to book knowledge or whatever. But it doesn't really make a difference because whether it's common knowledge or common sense, if it's not common practice, nothing changes. I want something to change for you. I want something to change for me. And if I don't start making common sense or common knowledge, common practice, nothing changes. So if I know that I need to go to sleep earlier so I can get up earlier and be more productive, I need to take that knowledge, that common sense or common knowledge, and I need to put it into action. If I know I shouldn't have had the brownie with the ice cream, which I do know I shouldn't have done it, then I need to stop doing that. I need to stop eating it. I needed to tell my husband, no, I'll wait till I get home, I'll eat a banana, right? That's healthy, gives me potassium, right? So we need to start taking different action. We need to make what we know or what we, whether it's internal or book knowledge, whatever it is, we need to make it our practice, our common practice, which means that it's what we do automatically. It's what we do on a regular basis. It's common. It's not something uncommon. It's what is part of our life. So how can you do that? How can you develop common practice to go with your common sense? I think number one, you could list all the things you know you should be doing that you're not. List the things you know that are common sense or common knowledge. And then I want you, number two, to go through that list and circle the ones that you're not taking action on. Which of those pieces of knowledge, of common sense, are things that you know you should be doing? Maybe you even want to be doing them and you're not. Circle them. And then I want you, number three, to decide how to take action on those. How are you going to make the common sense or common knowledge a common practice? So how will you make it a habit, basically? What will you do for 30, 40, 60 days so that it becomes a habit, becomes common for you, becomes part of who you are and what you do every day, right? How are you going to do that? What actions are you going to take? Because that's where the rubber hits the road, right? It's in you developing a habit so that your common sense, your common knowledge is common practice. It is a habit for you that you do all the time. So for me, it would be, okay, I have to stop eating the ice cream and eat something healthy so that I'm taking a different action. More than that, I'm taking action on something I know, that I know is better for me, that I know is a better option, right? That will make me healthier, make me feel better, change my energy, all those things, right? I just need to say, okay, I know this, right? So on my list, it would say, don't eat desserts, maybe, right? Don't eat ice cream. Common sense is don't eat ice cream, especially if you want to lose weight, which I do, like I said, right? And then every time I get the urge to eat ice cream, what do? I don't eat it. I don't eat it, or I substitute with something else, like I like dried pineapple. Still got a lot of sugar, but it's fruit, right? So I could eat a piece of dried pineapple, or I could eat a piece of, fresh fruit, or whatever it is. I can have some berries. So I just need to change that habit, right? I have to change my mindset around it, and I need to make it a habit. So I need to do something differently. So list the things that you know are common sense or common knowledge for you. Circle or check off the ones that you're not doing, okay? And then decide how to take action on the ones that you do really want to take action on. How will you make them a habit? So try that out. I'd love to know. Leave me a comment down below. I'd love to know what is your common knowledge that has not been common practice that you are going to make into common practice. I really would. So leave me a comment down below. I'd be so excited to hear what you chose and how you're doing with it, whether it's whether that attempt to make it a habit, to put common knowledge or common sense into common practice is working for you. And I'd love to see the list of all the things all of you know but aren't taking action on, right? So leave me a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get these videos all the time. You don't always have to go to my blog and read the blog. You can actually just watch the video. But if you didn't know and you're only watching on YouTube, I have a blog post that goes with every one of these videos. So check them out over at ninaamir.com. And if you didn't know, I'm Nina. I'm Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I am a certified high-performance coach, one of about 300 elite high-performance coaches working all around the world. And it is my passion to help people get from where they are to where they want to go. And part of me doing that is helping you combine your passion and your purpose so that you get inspired and you get inspired results. You take actually inspired actions, which cause inspired results. But if you are here knowing a lot of things, but not here because you're not doing them, right? You're not developing new habits, then I'd love to talk to you, because that's what high performance coaching is all about. So for me, it's about getting you from where you are to where you want to go in life, or maybe even in authorship, because I work with a lot of writers and bloggers, but I also work with dancers and moms and dads and engineers and people who write marketing copy, all kinds of people. It just warms my heart and is fulfilling and brings me joy to see people make that transition from where they are now to level up to where they really want to go, and to find the tools and the mindsets to do that. So if that is of interest to you, go on over to ninaamir.com and click on the High Performance Coaching button and fill out the application there and apply to be a client of mine. But actually, that application, what it's going to get you is a free strategy session. So maybe you don't know if you want to be a client of mine. That's fine. Apply for the free strategy session, and if you think we're a good match and that I can help you, then I'll contact you and you can get you on my calendar, and we'll have an hour together to talk about how clear you are, how energetic you are, how courageous you are, how influential you are. Meaning, your communication skills and your people skills, and also how productive you are, how effective are you in the world, whatever you're doing, right? We'll talk about that, and you'll walk away with at least 5 new tips, mindsets, strategies, tools that you can use immediately to level up in your life. And that's free. That's without hiring me. Just fill out my application. As I said, you can do it at ninaamir.com, or just go to ninaamir.com / so ninaamir.com / free session. And it'll take you to the page where you can fill out the application. And we'll go from there, okay? Because, it's a shame for us to all have this common knowledge and this common sense and not make it common practice, isn't it? It's like crazy, cray. So let's stop doing that. I'm going to stop doing it. I want you to stop doing it. So if I can help you in any way, please do contact me at ninaamir.com. Don't forget, leave me a comment down below. And until next time, as I always say, go out there and achieve more inspired results. Bye, everyone.